People of the internet, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Out of the Park Baseball 17 GM Mode Sim commentary for the Premier League Baseball Fictional League. We are in the end of July, nearing the end of July. I am F5 Penguin. You can find me all over the internet at F5 Penguin. And in the last video, we recognized our mistake, and there was despair, and there was pain, and trials and tribulations, and just problems. Okay? So I let one sim go, and we are actually going to sim 10 days in this download. So we're going to download the file. I didn't look at one of them. I figured, you know what? Let's get a fresh set of eyes on this. 10 games, done. Now, I also noticed a couple things with our rotation. I'm going to make a couple of changes with the rotation per some notes from myself and from J Dollar. He made a couple of recommendations on Twitter. And yes, I realized that PB is past ball. So I think we will make Pena come up and solve some of the problems there. I think we'll make that decision today. So let's see what happens. I'm hoping Cantu can just kind of stop the bleeding here. We are struggling major again. Not surprised. We knew it was going to happen, but let's see how we look. We are 10 and 18. All right, 10 and 18. Oh yeah, so I guess I'll show you. I actually did look at the other one because we were on the 15th. If I go back to front office and I go to schedule, we will go back to the 10th where we lost versus Joplin. Okay, we knew that one. This is where we started here on the 11th. So we won 6-2. We won 10-7. I can actually pull the box scores now too, which is pretty great. Zelaya gets his win. I don't remember if we actually looked at these. I missed. I know I didn't look at a sim, and I think this is what I didn't look at, but I could be mistaken. So I'm just going to go through them with you. We lost versus the Rebels. You were with me for this. So we won 4-2 versus Tallahassee, lost 2-6, lost 6-8. Then against the Queens, lost 4-5. Again with the Queens, 2-5, and then 7-6 victory against the Queens. Let's take a look at the scores here and kind of see where we sit. Oh, okay. We actually didn't look at them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting everything backwards. My brain is fried from Friday Night Puck last night over at a website that I play weekly sixes on for ESHL hockey for NHL 16 on the Xbox One. That being said, there's also a huge problem I'm dealing with my gaming monitor, which is not working today, and also one of my laptops are not working today. So I'm just kind of like all over the place. I apologize. Anyway, let's take a look at this. We'll start from where we are. Grand Gene wants an extension. I saw that coming into this sim. He wants an extension. I'm not going to be issuing this guy an extension. I just don't see it happening. I mean, 4.35. I'm sure he loves getting money to play here, but with power of 3, we need to improve our power, and he's probably not going to be a future shortstop. Now, we are low on shortstops. We might have to use him as a bench player, but I don't think he'll want to sign for anything less than what he's making now. We'll have to see. 8-6. Let's take a look here and see where we fell apart. Pretty even game all throughout. I will take a loss 8-6 any day. That means we put up 6 runs, and that's an improvement over what we've had before. I can't really complain, right? Like that's a that's a huge boost if you ask me. So let's see how we did here. Run batted in from Grand Gene. He's a solid player when he gets in a groove, and then he goes cold for a while. Cobra 2 for 4. That's not bad either. And I guarantee you Chavez is going to be to blame here somewhere. Lost 0-3 to Chavez. 5 earned runs in 4.2 innings. Moreno came in and didn't actually put up the numbers I expected him to put up there. Gave up 2 runs in 2 innings. Lombard gave up a run in 2 innings. All right. I'm not worried yet. I mean, I know it's 10 and 18 and we're like dead last, but I'm not worried yet. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. I don't know why I keep getting messages for Talbot Duran. He's not on my team anymore. Why am I? That's so weird. Oh, it's a shutout. Okay, so he's going to, whenever big things happen, I think is when you get notices. So there is something we're going to look at the top also from Team Chemistry. We got to take a look at that and see if people are mad already, and they're probably going to be, so we'll have to see how that goes. Bees pull off thrilling win in extras. All right, so we went to extra innings. We lost 5-4 in 11 innings. Nick Clark, that's not bad. Moreno blows a save with a walk. Oh, that's crucial. Zelaya comes in for 2 innings, 6 strikeouts. I love it. And then Hernandez gets the loss because he gave it up. That's all right. That's a heartbreaker, but I don't think we're going to win close games. We're going to have to get ahead early and stay ahead. 2 runs. Yeah, we're up by 2. Yeah. 3 for 5, Fountain. 4 for 5, Cantu. Hey, now. I like that. I like seeing that. That's good. And I made a couple of adjustments, by the way, with Kleinmeyer and Alston. I have Alston starting in both again, and I have Kleinmeyer filling in if he's tired or subbed. So I think it's every 5th game. His ratings did not take off as well as I was hoping they would. I put him in here hoping he would improve, and he capped out at a 4. So, he's a bench player. He's not going to start. Defensively, he's good, so I can use him as a defensive pinch hitter or a defensive sub. So that's fine. All right, moving on here. Let's see. We have the game recap and All-Star. Okay, it's All-Star voting. Let's see if we're even on this list. We may not be. Phil Pott is. That's good. 100,000 votes for Charlie over there. I like that. That's good. Cantu's up there. I had a feeling he would be. Punkachar's up there. Hey, I don't feel as bad now. Nick Clark's up there, and Zelaya, of course, is going to be number 1. He's going to be number 1 no matter what. He's a monster, so that's good. All-Star Team 2, not us. Dominant performance by Rabisca and Queens win. We lose 5-2 at the Bees ballpark. Gave up. We scored 2 in the 9th, so we were silent until the 9th inning. See, that's not going to do it. And it was what? Cantu? Phil Pott. I got to get more power. We need more power. I used that way too early in my series, thinking we could solve it, and we didn't, and that's kind of upsetting. Burleson is quoted with gets credited with the loss. You can see it here. 3 walks, 7 strikes, gives up 2 home runs, and then we go silent for an inning and a third. We don't play the 9th, so it doesn't much matter. Meh. Atlantics get 1-run win at Queens. All right. Hey, now. We win 7-6. We're putting up runs. If I can get like 5 runs a game, I'll feel pretty good about myself, honestly. I know that's a far shot, but if we can get above 2 most of the time, I'll be pretty happy, right? So let's look here. 3 for 4, 3 for 5 for Punkachar. Hey, now. 2 for 5, 3 for 4. Now we're clicking. Like, who do we... Lorenzo. All right, so he's kind of 500. Zamorano comes in. 3 runs on 6 innings is a quality start, so just shy of that. A win for Hernandez. And I guess we had someone come in for a specialty, but Williamson blew that. And then Zelaya gets his save. That's a messy bullpen coming in for that one, I'll tell you what. Messy bullpen indeed. So, Kober helped out the Brooklyn Cause in the top of the 7th with a 2-run double. He was 3 for 4 with a double, 2 singles on a walk, adding 2 RBI and scoring once. All right. And checking in before we get into Wichita, we should win versus Wichita. You can look at their record, and it's... They're 10-18, like us, and they have the similar pitching stats against the people we're playing against, but I am going to make a change in the pitching. All right, let's look here. This is our bench coach. He sends us an update every season, once per season, about what's going on. Wanted to take this opportunity that you may get my take on the clubhouse atmosphere at this point in the season. After observing this team through practices and games, I've come to the conclusion that the clubhouse has had its fair share of issues. Some of the things that you may have heard reported in the news are certainly false, as you know. I haven't heard anything. That's good. Most of them have hints of truth to them. Romero has some leadership skills, but I don't think he can do it all. It would do us well to bring in a true captain that these kids can rally around. Okay, so before we continue, I don't know what to do for that. Like, some players say they have leadership skills. Age is not, I've learned this, age is not the determining factor for leadership skills. I'm going to have to go hunting for a big trade to get some leadership in this clubhouse to rally this team. I think that's where we're missing. The chemistry overall for this team is poor. Because when we win, we can win games. But they're so few and far between that we're not going anywhere. We're kind of like just spinning our wheels. When I look around the room, I don't see anyone causing any major disruptions. In fact, I don't even see anyone in the room causing problems. So far, so good, I suppose. Dealing with the team on a daily basis, it looks like whatever little tensions between the guys can hopefully remain small issues. That's assuming we keep winning. If we start losing, everyone starts hating each other. I've seen it 2 seasons in a row now. I hope this update was helpful to you. A happy clubhouse is one of the keys to success. Nothing beats winning. Wanted to share my view from the dugout. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. And this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go to pitching. I've been told we should bump Hernandez, even with 2 pitches, to a starter. That's what I've been told. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm kind of on the fence. Let me check my notes here and kind of see if I can still see them. I can't see them. I had notes here in a chat from my buddy here, J Dollar, who had the recommendations, but he's not. I can't get back to that far in the chat. He made a recommendation to move Hernandez, but I can't remember what it was. I'm going to see if I can message him live on recording. It's kind of silly, but we're going to do it. What was the bullpen? I'm going to ask him right now. I'm asking him on Twitter as we record this episode because this is what we do. Let's see if he responds. So I think he said move Hernandez and swap out Clark, Burleson, Zamorano, like move them down the list a little bit, kind of make it easier for my guys to face the right pitchers. I think that he says that's part of the problem is my aces aren't facing aces. So it's like a mismatch, and then our bad guys are facing good players in the other team, and that's causing some of the issues we're running into. Yeah, I have Williamson avoiding high leverage. I don't know why he's even there. I'm not even going to use him as middle relief. He's a long relief, avoid high leverage. And then I can put Romero's actually getting hot right now. Hold on. He's pitched 8 innings with a 1 ERA, 3 walks, 9 strikes. Let me go look at his stats real quick. Maybe he's gotten better. Pitching stats. Let's look here. Hits against, earned runs 1, homers 1, 1 per 9, but he's only pitched 9. Let's open him up a bit. Let's go to normal for Romero, okay? And that's going to allow us to have a little bit of wiggle room using him when we need to. And let's limit. I want to limit these guys on pitches. I am going to change the rotation to, on occasion, highest rested. See if we can get like our aces, like Clark and Burleson, back into the rotation a little bit more if they're healthy enough to do so. Yeah, let's try this. And then I will hear back from J Dollar and see if I remember what he wrote and see if we can make a couple more adjustments. But we're 10-18. I think we've stopped the slide. We're winning games again. We're just not winning as much as we need to. And now you can see here every 4th game. I'm going to bump him to 5th. He just did not pan out. Maybe 6th. Yeah, let's do 6th. Every 6th game. So Alston should be good enough to hold tight there. Let's go back to pitching. So yeah, we have Hernandez comes in at high leverage. Moreno is used in the 7th regularly, 2 pitches. And his scouting report says don't use him in close games. Mop-up duty. I think mop-up duty is when like a starter gets pulled early and he comes in. I don't know. But with a 5 movement, I don't believe that he's going to give up more than his fair share of home runs. I just don't see that because my other guys with 4 movement were doing the same thing. Well, 5 would be a bit better, I'd imagine. He's given up 0 home runs in his 9 innings he's pitched. 8 walks, 9 strikes. His control is a 6, though. We should not be seeing. Yeah, walks aren't common. We're not seeing that here because we're giving up 8 in 9 innings. That's not good. But he's not giving up a lot of runs. Just 3. He had that 1 bad game. I'm on the fence about him right now. I don't know what to do. I can use him in middle relief, but I like the 2 setup guys. I think that's working. We opened up Romero. Let's hold that as it is. And let's move Burleson and Clark, swap those. Let's swap those out. And then let's put Chavez on a pitch limit of like 60 pitches. And Martin at like 60 pitches. So if they start, excuse me, if they start getting killed, we pull them right off the bat. I like that. We can go with that. And then if you look at our pitching list right now, Romero, Williamson, Hernandez are healthy. If we can keep 3 healthy pitchers in the bullpen at any time that are fully rested, I think that'll be okay. We might have to bring on one more pitcher to kind of help out the situation. Let me know what you think. Again, the link is in the description to the website where you can see all my players, kind of make a couple of suggestions. I take suggestions, and 9 times out of 10, I'll implement them unless I have another idea. Looking over here, hook relievers, yeah. Hooking starting pitchers is quick enough. I mean, that's working. They're getting out of there before they're getting worse. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's look over here. Go over to rosters. Check for injuries. Tamayo's out for 4 weeks. I got to do the math. 7-day DL in the minor, so it doesn't much matter. Center field, Aguilar is back. Put him back out there. And no other injuries. So that's so far so good with injuries. We're not being plagued like we were in the previous season where everybody was getting injured. It was pretty bad for a while. So let's bump Pinson back down, bump Powell back down to every second game. I want to play him more. What's he going to be like? Yeah, nothing spectacular. So we can just hold him. He'll be a pinch runner and an outfield sub, and he's good. And then we bring back in Aguilar, our top guy. Boom, boom. Copy the depth chart. Paste it over here. Clear the lineups. Refresh the lineups. Boom. Brady's back up top. We are 14-14. We're average here. That's okay because if you can see here, we are cycling through a lot of our prospects. We have people coming in every second, third, fourth game, whatever. And pitching, we're tight on pitching in the minors this season because we moved them all up to double and triple A, and some of them are just not panning out. So next draft, we will be going full pitchers because this draft we went full hitters to kind of get that power back. We're going to do it like kind of back and forth until we can level ourselves out and get back on track. That's the goal this season, get back on track. I will go over to the team home screen. We are 19-9 in the double A, 15-13 in triple A. Double A is important to us because we need those guys like Capra, Kirshner, Askey, etc. to grow and really come up. We are going to make that change, right? We talked about that. Let's go ahead and do that now. Rosters and transactions. Older Pena is going back to the minors, and younger Pena is coming up. Let's bring him up right now. All right, so let's quickly adjust the minor league lineup first. We want to bring in Pablos up and Pena back up and update that. Perfect. I think Pena can actually hit, right? No, he's not very good. Yeah, power's a 4. All right, we don't need him to hit. He's not very fast either from last time I checked, right? No, he's not. Yeah, he's a 2-speed. All right, so he's fine where he is. And then do the same thing here. Pablos up and Pena down. Come on. Down. Perfect. Clear the lineups. Ask for the lineups. I don't know. I know there's some skill with the lineups. I know there's some methods you can use, but the players I have don't fit those roles that they say to use for the lineup. So I just had the manager decide. It's just easier to let them figure it out. We can leave him there and then move up Godwin. Perfect. Okay, so that's done in the minors. Let's look at the majors real quick and make the adjustments. Fountain's going down, and he's going to get in if the starter is tired because we still like him. We just don't like him as well. We're going to see how Pena does here. That's what we're going to do. Fountain has no speed. Gap power is a 7. I guess we can. We got enough pinch hitters and pitch runners. We're fine. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Fountain if starter tired, and bring in Pena. The reason we're bringing in Pena, if you have not been following, is not because of his hitting stats. Because of this right here, ability and arm. I need him to maybe throw out a couple more stolen base attempts, not pass up balls, that kind of stuff. So we are looking for him to produce defensively strictly. His stats, they're not the best, but he's also a young kid that could pan out to be something great. So we're going to take our chance here, If we can get him at 5s, we're going to be all set. I know he's a 4.33 right now. If we can get him to 5s, he's going to be a decent hitter. And if we can get his ratings to come up just a bit more, which they can grow if you start younger guys up early and they do well, they could grow. So if we can get like the arm and ability to 7, I think we'll be okay. Let me know what you think. Again, the link is in the description for the website, and for the players, you can see everybody and everything that we're doing. Last thing we're going to do is, did I do this already? I don't remember. Ask for lineups. Yeah, so Pena is going to be last. No surprise there. And we're going to see how this works out. So I will leave you at the info screen. You can see where we rank. Boom. Not good. Not good anywhere. So we need to find a high spot and kind of tailor our game around a high spot if we can locate one. So far we can't, except for stolen bases, where it's pretty much just Philpott. So that was another episode. In the next video, we will figure this thing out. I think we're going to be on a good track here moving forward. This division is weak again. We just need to get into the playoffs and give our players some more time and hold on tight. We're just holding on throughout this hurricane, and it levels out at the end where we get Mr. Brian Capra up into the majors, and all is right with the world. I am F5 Penguin. This was Out of the Park Baseball 17 and the Premier League Baseball GM Mode Sim. Hope you're enjoying this. I am learning a lot, and I will even learn more in the next video, but not before I export. I did it. Amazing. And I'm going to save because I don't want to make that mistake again. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.